February 19th, 2009. That was my game-changing moment. I'll tell you why. I started out playing drums, doing shows, freelancing around the New York area. And it must have been in my mid-20s. People would say, hey, Peter, put together a band for me. My company's having a fundraiser. We need some music. I put it together. Somebody else, I saw your band there. We're having a wedding. Put a band together. One thing led to the other. I started putting bands together all the time, and I found I enjoyed doing that. I like the creative part of the musicality of putting bands together. I like the marketing. I like the business end of it, and it ended up becoming very successful for me. Turned out to be a 25-year run of a 10-piece band. But I always had a promise I made to myself that when my children were off to college and college was paid for, and now I could start talking about Peter Greco, I wanted to go back to what I originally wanted to do, was play drums, do shows, and just love the art of drumming. Well, we're coming up to maybe beginning 2008 or so, and I said, now's the time for me to start doing it. I started practicing more because when I had the band, my head was a little bit more into the business than the actual playing. So my drumming was adequate for what we were doing, but not up to snuff for what I wanted to do. So I started working out in my studio all the time, practicing a lot, brushing up on my reading so I can get back into shows. And it was coming along. And it was January of 2009. I walked into Sam Ash and I was approached by the drum manager there, a gentleman named Lou Gervey, who's also an endorsee of Vic Firth. And he said, Peter, we're having a great show here, February 19th. And Dom Famularo and I are going to organize this whole thing. Now everybody knows Dom, international clinician, very famous guy. Jules Radini from Blue Oyster Cult is going to be there. And I said, wow, Lou, this sounds like a show I want to see. I'm going to put on my calendar, make sure I have no students that night. I'm going to be there. He goes, no. I don't want you to see it. I want you to be in it. Now all of a sudden, wait, you want me to be in the show with Dom and Camille and Jules, and it's a big production endorsed and sponsored by Vic Firth. I said, and now I said, yeah, I'd love to, Lou, thank you. And now I'm going, what am I going to do? These people are really up here, and I'm getting there, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So anyway, just woodshed it for the next few weeks. And every time I speak to Lou, what do you want me to do in the show? Don't worry about it, just show up, do your thing. So now I think, what am I going to do? So now, here it is, February 19th, 2009. The show starts. Dom Famularo says hello to everybody, introduces me, Lou, all the drummers on the panel, and we're supposed to be a whole panel that all these guests could ask questions of. And I was the guy that was there to represent making a living in music and staying in the New York area, as opposed to the other ones that travel all around. And so we started doing that. One by one, everybody's sitting in and playing things. So I said, I'm going to do my brush thing when I come up. Well, the drummer before me, who was Lou Gervey, did a brush thing. So I said, oh no, what am I going to do now? Lou, at the end of his brush thing, happened to, in passing, mention books that he enjoys. The Stone book, Chapin's book, Syncopation. So I said, okay, I'm going to pick up on that. So they called me, Dom Famularo said, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Greco. Peter, what would you like to speak about? I said, instead of playing the drums, Lou just mentioned classic books. Stone, Syncopation, Chapin book, all great books. I love them all, but my number one favorite is Syncopation, and I'll tell you why. I love to take this book and do variations on every page. I apply ostinatos with my feet, ostinatos with my hands. I'll do swing beats with one hand, play the page with the other hand. And as I was talking about all that, I had a practice band in front of me and demonstrating it. It went over so well, the drummers in the audience, the students in the audience flipped over it. Lo and behold, at the end of the summit, there were a lot of requests to the drum manager at Sam Ash to bring me in to do a personal clinic, a solo clinic all by myself, because the ideas I presented to them were fascinating.